The painter who never gave up. Once upon a time, in a small, dusty village, there lived a poor painter named Ricardo. Ricardo loved to paint pictures of everything he saw. The hills, the trees, and even the tiny birds. But Ricardo was very poor. He didn't have much money, and not many people knew about him or his beautiful paintings. Ricardo's little house was old and had cracks in the walls. His clothes were worn, and his shoes had holes. But Ricardo didn't mind because painting made him happy. Every morning, he woke up, looked outside, and started painting whatever he saw. One day, Ricardo painted a picture of a bright, yellow sun shining over a field of red flowers. The sun looked so warm, and the flowers looked like they were dancing in the wind. Ricardo loved this picture so much that he decided to take it to the town square, where people came to buy things. When he got there, Ricardo set his painting on a little stand. People walked by, looked at his picture, and smiled, but no one bought it. Ricardo felt a little sad, but he stayed there all day, hoping someone would see the beauty in his work. The next day, Ricardo painted another picture. This time, he painted a big, green tree with birds flying around it. He brought the painting to the town square again, but still, no one bought it. Every day, Ricardo kept painting and bringing his art to town. He painted a blue river, a red barn, and even a night sky full of stars. People would stop to look and smile, but they didn't buy anything. Ricardo felt disappointed, but he kept trying because he loved painting too much to stop. One day, an old woman came by Ricardo's stand. She looked at all his paintings carefully and smiled. "These are beautiful," she said. "I can feel the sunshine, hear the birds, and smell the flowers in your pictures." Ricardo smiled shyly. "Thank you, ma'am. Painting makes me very happy," he said. The old woman nodded. "You have a gift," she said. "I know someone who would love your paintings." She told Ricardo to visit a big art gallery in the city, where famous painters displayed their work. Ricardo felt nervous but also excited. He had never been to the city, and he didn't know if people there would like his paintings. But he took a deep breath, packed up his art, and set off for the big city. When Ricardo got to the gallery, he showed his paintings to the manager. The manager looked at Ricardo's art for a long time and then said, "These are wonderful. We would love to show them in our gallery." Ricardo was overjoyed. The gallery put his paintings on the walls for everyone to see. People came from all over the city to see Ricardo's art. They loved the colors, the joy, and the peace his paintings brought. Soon, people started buying Ricardo's paintings. Some bought one, and some bought more. Ricardo's art made people feel happy and peaceful, and soon, everyone in the city knew his name. Newspapers wrote stories about Ricardo the painter, and more people came to the gallery to see his work. One day, Ricardo received an invitation to paint a picture for the mayor of the city. The mayor wanted a painting of the city to hang in his office. Ricardo was honored. He painted a beautiful picture of the city with all its lights and tall buildings. When the mayor saw it, he loved it so much that he asked Ricardo to paint another for the city's museum. From that day on, Ricardo's name became known far and wide. His paintings were displayed in famous galleries and museums all over the country. People even came from other countries to see Ricardo's beautiful art. He had started as a poor painter in a tiny village, but now he was famous everywhere. With the money he earned, Ricardo was able to buy a nice home, new clothes, and enough food to eat. But more than that, he was able to keep painting every day and share his love of art with the world. Even though he was now famous, Ricardo never forgot his village and the simple things that inspired him. He painted his village, the hills, and the flowers that he loved so much. Ricardo was happy because he never gave up on his dream. He kept painting, even when it was hard, and now his art brought joy to people all around the world. Ricardo became known as Ricardo the Great Painter, and he continued to paint every day, sharing his gift and his heart with the world.